We're on.
Hello, everyone.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to the Ex-Best Friends.
Hi.
Literally every time we do a podcast, we're like, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a while, guys.
And you know what? You know what the worst thing about it is that we used to be so good, and then my co-host decided to fuck off and go to America and have a baby.
That's true. I did a lot of things. And
Yeah, like I'm here, I'm present.
But then we got into the habit of not doing it. And then
Literally.
when I was free, you were busy because you just gotten into a new relationship, which you're still in.
I am in.
Which I love. I love Mills.
Yeah, me too.
Like, wait, do you guys say I love you? Do you?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
good. Just checking.
You're making me nervous.
No, because I said I love Mills and you're like, me too. And I was like, oh shit, what if they don't say it?
Yeah, no, she's an angel. We've been together, it was actually 6 months this week.
Wow.
I know.
I literally love Mills.
Yeah,
Like,
she's just a really good person, you know?
yeah, she really is.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, you've dated some people that I'm like, they're fun. This is fun. We're having a fun time. But like Mills, I'm like, I adore her as a human. Like, she's a great human.
Yeah, just as like as a partner, she's obviously amazing. Like, otherwise I wouldn't be with her. But like, just as a human being, like she's really top quality.
She is.
She's a great human being.
Great human.
Yeah, can't say enough good things about her.
Great bloke.
Yeah, she's a great bloke.
She's a great bloke.
I'm very lucky.
You are. Like, I'm actually so happy for you. Genuinely so happy that you have like met the person that's like made you like calm and just like, I don't know, it's such a different vibe with Mills.
I agree. The calm is like a massive word. I think like it was almost weird, and it still is. Like, it's obviously only been 6 months. Like, I'm still adjusting to the fact that I'm in a healthy relationship with someone who is also really healthy. Like, I feel like it was really hard for me to find, especially in the last few years, like someone that is just like gives the same as me, is just like a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
With no like ulterior motives, doesn't just wants me for me, like so many amazing things, but like
and you're not worried about anything sneaky happening. Like, it's just like, it is what it is with Mills.
Yeah, we're just together and we love each other and we love spending time together. But like, she has her own life, I have my own life. We're nothing but supportive of each other, like growing as individuals. We don't spend every day together. Like, we don't spend every night together. Like, we literally just are each other's like biggest fans. And I've literally never been with anyone who likes me, let alone is my biggest fan. I've dated people who fucking hate me. So this is a really nice change.
Honestly, and it shows. Like, you can see it. You can see how much she adores you. You can see how much she cares about everything about you, like all of your feelings. When anything's going on, she just wants to make sure you're all good, and it's just such a fun time.
Yeah, she is a good girl.
And no bad vibes and no red flags and just like such an all-round good human.
Yeah. Top quality.
Mills is gonna listen to this and be like,
she's gonna
wow,
she's all, I can see her sitting, her whole face would be so fucking red watching this. She goes really, really red when she gets
girl.
Nervy.
Can't wait to beat you in pool again.
Again. Oh, well, anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, we should cheers.
Cheers to the podcast being back.
Yeah, by crazy request. I can't believe how many people are dying to have another episode. I'm like, it makes me so happy, but like, sorry that we've left you stranded for the last 4 months.
We really have.
We're both just useless.
Living life. Yeah, we're useless. We are useless. We're living life. Even right now, it's like nighttime, clearly. We're in the Tesla.
I've just been working all day.
Yeah, it's been a day.
That was right in the mic.
So what we want to talk about is just like an update on our lives, what's been going on.
Yeah.
Kind of an elephant in the room with Jordan that's just we can't avoid to talk about. We want to talk about MAFS because we're both really loving watching it.
I love MAFS.
I love MAFS.
I love MAFS. You know who I don't love? Adrian.
He's
a pig. He is a fucking pig.
Men like that.
And the fact that he's still going like in real time, like MAFS was aired apparently it was filmed 6 months ago. and he's in real time right now making fake accounts, still being, I saw a TikTok today of him winding up a blind, being like, oh, I'm just looking for a fuck to give in whatever language he fucking dribbles out of his mouth.
Oh my God.
Like, he's
Literally.
just awful. And like him going at Abby Chatfield and like,
did he?
yeah, him and Abby Chatfield have been like going back and forth. Like she is just like putting him down, like in like a really factual way, like literally just being like, you're this, you're that, you're doing this is your behavior, da 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 da, and he is just like, he's making it worse for himself, to be honest.
Yeah, because
like,
his behavior and the way he talks on the show, it speaks volumes to like the storyline that he's trying to avoid, that he's a bad person. Like you just open your mouth and you're
literally,
like, you are so incorrect. It's not even funny.
Literally. And
he's shocking.
Athena did not deserve that, but from the looks of things, Athena's actually with Billy in real life now. And
really?
Yeah, and Billy was my favorite from the get-go.
Same.
I was actually really hurt when Sierra did Billy like that.
Yeah.
But it speaks volumes for Sierra. She's besties with Adrian, you know what I mean? But I loved Billy, and honestly, really hot too. I'll give it to him. He is sexy.
He's a cutie.
And
he didn't know it.
Athena
he didn't act like he knew it.
No, and Athena's just like this beautiful, beautiful person. She seems like she has an absolute heart of gold. I'm talking about these people like I know them from watching an episode of TV. But you know what? Like there's only so much editing and cutting can do, you know? Like that's still your person.
Oh yeah.
Like that's still who you are.
You can be portrayed as the villain on a reality TV show, but if you say or do something rude,
that's literally
in one sentence, it came out of your mouth. Like a great example actually that I was reading about today, because I'm not on social media still, I'm not on Instagram or TikTok, but I went on.
Congrats, by the way.
It's been really nice.
Yeah.
I genuinely love it.
Yeah.
I also go into a little bit more detail on our recent vlog because we started vlogging again, so go watch that.
So sick.
Right, so I'm not on social media, but because I'm watching maths, sometimes we're laying in bed and I'm like, I need to know the goss, and I'll Google and look up like a Reddit thread or something about these people, right? And last night the one I looked up was Adrian's friend Jasmine, that redhead girl that was
the main girl.
Yes. So I didn't know who this person was, right? I'm like, whoa, why is she such a savage? Like, why has she come in and just like even the little faces she's making, the way she's looking at Athena, I'm like, either Adrian has said some really bad stuff about Athena to make her think that she's evil,
which I'm sure he did,
but the way Jasmine's even just looking at her, I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? And then so I Google, who is this person, like who is Adrian's friend? Turns out she herself is some kind of influencer, makes food videos or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, girl, you're damage control right now. Like, she's trying to be like, I've distanced myself from him.
Yeah, she posted something the morning of the episode airing.
Right, so yeah.
But it was really bland and non-heartfelt.
Yeah.
It's like she did it to try and cover herself. Like, I'm sure she's not friends with Adrian anymore. I'm sure she's doing all that, but she was very, like, best friends, my fucking ass. They literally went to Bali together straight after the show finished, and
really?
Just the two of them. Imagine having a husband or a wife and they're like, oh, I'm just going to go to Bali with my other sex bestie who's also straight.
Also his kind of vibe, like as if he's not there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That would just be weird. I just would think it would be weird. And personally, I wouldn't fucking... The trust issues I've got, let me tell ya, that would not be going down in my relationship.
And I was just in shock because she's, you know, coming out, and I did see that post on Reddit, someone reshared it and was like, showing what she was saying now that this is aired. But the thing that gets me is that no matter how much someone tries to manipulate that, you know, someone is a bad person and you might come in hot and try to like be defensive towards them, I feel like if you're a nice girl, you come into a situation like that kind of neutral, a little bit standoffish of Athena. You might be like a little bit like, oh, let's see what she has to say. But Athena's like clearly distressed, crying, having the worst time of her life. Her sister is clearly defending her.
Her sister is a fucking baddie.
Queen.
I actually messaged her sister after the first episode that she was on with the wedding, and her and I like had a bit of a chat back and forth, and she mentioned that she saw some of the podcasts. I'm literally not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. She was like, oh my God, I just saw some of your podcast clips. And I was like, I was like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. We're going to film an episode in a couple of weeks.
My jaw is literally
know.
on the floor. I
know.
love her.
Oh my God,
you
our
know what's
light
so
just
weird
fell.
too is like one of my best friends just said to me the other day, she goes, don't we know them? And I go, who? Athena and, because we were watching
Cleo
it.
is her name.
Yeah, and I said, oh, I don't think so. And she's like, they look really familiar. And I said, oh, well,
That's what I thought.
they're from Western Australia, I thought. And then my
Oh.
best friend's like, no, I swear like someone in our group like worked with them or something's happened. But maybe it's because in the future we're going to be friends because I fucking love those girls.
Honestly, like the way that she just fucking stood on business and she
Mm-hmm.
talked across the table supporting her sister and she was like, you don't deserve this, da 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 da. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. You speak over the top of those bitches. Like,
And
I'm
he's-
such a girl's girl and that is like that is poor form. It's awful behavior. How I find it so hard to believe there's actually people like that out there. Like I
Same.
find that really difficult to comprehend that someone is happily, openly, publicly on national television treating someone like that.
That's exactly what I mean. Like, if you go into a conversation like that, obviously it's high stakes, it's TV, they want drama, we get that. But to go into a situation like that with a person you do not know,
Yeah.
how could you not be neutral to begin with? Kind of pry, find out some things, and then just based on what you hear from that person, that's when you kind of go at them. But she was just like, when she said that thing about like...
The trash?
No, like when they were talking and she said like, I have brought up my son so many times, and she was like, yeah, well, you'd want to, or something like that. I was like,
She
bitch.
literally said to her, you can put a ribbon on a garbage bin, but it's still trash.
That's what his sister said. That's
referring to Athena as
to
a human being.
Like, whoa.
The way that I would have jumped across that table and smacked that bitch.
like calling someone trash like that when she's literally been sitting in front of you crying because your brother's treating her like shit. That is so fucking mean.
I know. Honestly, they're gross. But on a positive note about Mavs, Jamie and Dave all the fucking way.
Love them.
I hope they stay together for the rest of their lives. I love them. I feel like me and Jamie would be best friends.
Yeah, you
Jamie,
would.
if you ever see this podcast, you and me, girl, we need to have a margarita. I think Dave is one of the most kindest men
Same.
from what we get to see of him. I hope that they last forever. Like I think that
Literally.
they are perfect together.
He is adorable, and one of my favorite things about him is that he lets her be her.
Oh my God.
He doesn't dim her light. He doesn't shut her down. He just, you know, she's loud, she's funny, she's wild, and he's just like, that's my girl.
Yeah,
like,
and he
I
has
love
her-
that.
He has her motherfucking back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, love him. Love them.
Love them.
Big Jamie and Dave stan. Hope
There's-
they win. I don't know if you win maths.
Yeah, is it the competition? No, I don't know. I guess if they stay together.
Yeah. Is it love? Is that what they win?
Guess so.
No.
The greatest
Well-
prize of all.
Yeah, well, I hope that they fall madly in love and stay together forever and have
Mm.
little babies.
Love that. That'd be
Yeah.
so cute. Great
Yeah,
show.
love them. Yeah, top
If you
notch.
if you don't watch Maths, I'm so sorry. About
yeah, who's taking off here?
that. But if you do watch Maths, then you know
No,
that
you know.
like Cleo and Athena, queens, absolute queens.
absolutely.
Cheers to them. I wish somebody would bring us another margarita.
Oh my God, your wife is upstairs, but she's with your baby,
I know.
so it makes sense that she can't do that.
Yeah.
We did have a shot before, and you know what? It wasn't my idea. It was
It was
Zoe's.
mine.
It wasn't even an idea. It was just presented to me, and she said,
I did do that.
here's a shot. And I said, okay.
You know what? We haven't podcasted in a while, so I thought let's just do it.
Yeah, no
And
wine today. It's Tequila Wednesdays.
I love when people upload like a video on their story or a picture of them watching our podcast and they having a wine as well.
Yeah, it's
I'm
my
like,
favourite.
yes, that's such a vibe.
That's like the only, like, honestly, otherwise we might we could podcast drinking coffee or like not drinking anything at all. I drink that much water. I could podcast drinking water. But the vibe is to have a drink together. That's what we do. We're sitting down. We're all buddies. We're all friends.
Plus, this is our most favorite thing to do together.
Yeah, literally it is.
Like when we started hanging out, all we did was literally drink sangria and hang out and talk shit and listen to music.
Oh my God, the amount of sangria that we've consumed is,
So much
oh
sangria.
my God, we've literally been
You know
friends for
what?
so long now.
We need to make up for all the sangria we didn't drink when we weren't friends.
I know, when we were
Ex-best friends.
Oh.
Which speaking
That
of...
actually makes me so sad to even think about that because
I
like
know.
it literally was like not my fault.
I know.
But it's okay.
I think we've talked about it a little bit, but like obviously the reason this podcast is called Ex Best Friends is because we are best friends who have gone through a period of being ex-best friends. We've all done it. It's a common thing that sometimes best friends do.
It is a common thing.
But one thing I was thinking about the other day is that...
Tell me.
And I haven't said this to Jordan off the podcast, so this is like me telling her in front of you guys. I just like feel so bad that I covered up the tattoo that I have for you.
Oh my god! Every time I see it, it hurts my feelings. If you're watching on YouTube, me and Zoe, if you didn't already know, I have this tattoo on the back of my arm.
And I have one under this bird.
And it's literally, so if you haven't seen it, we made a YouTube video back in the day when we were both making YouTube videos very regularly. We went to a tattooist and got him to let us agree to getting a tattoo without knowing about it. You know that show like with Charlotte from Geordie Shore, just tattoo of us? It was like that kind of concept.
Yeah.
And we both designed a tattoo for each other, with neither of us knew, and got it tattooed in the same spot before we saw it. And like fully committed to it. We were like, yep, we're gonna do it. We made sure we had like ground rules that we were like, okay, obviously no swear words, like obviously like blah blah blah, normal fucking things.
Make it kind of cool. Like,
and it was so weird. We had very similar ideas. I now have a picture of it was a photo that she'd taken, and she has like a joint in her mouth, and she's taking a selfie, and it has her old Instagram handle in it, and it's just the coolest thing. I do love it. I'd never regret it.
I love it too, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh my god, I love that she has that. So I'm just like,
do we do it again?
I just feel like I have to get a tattoo that is a representation for you.
Like,
I feel like I have to, because I'm like, I literally feel so guilty. I was just in America and I was getting multiple tattoos, right? And I went to this artist and he was doing like a whole bunch, and I was like, I want you to do the backs and fronts of my arm. And then I was like, I should just get like the cover up while I'm here, because he was already doing like the other side of my arm, and then it was just going to be small, and then it just like got bigger and bigger, and then I almost at one point pulled out. I literally thought, no, because what if we actually become friends again? But at that point I was just like so frustrated.
Yeah, there was like there was reason to be, and like obviously we've spoken about it, but yeah, it was a bit it does suck, but it's okay. But it was cool. She had like I got a broccoli, and it had like a cute face and like big lashes, and it had my name in the big in the, what are they called, the broccoli part of the broccoli, the
head of the broccoli.
Yeah, it was really cute.
So when I go and get heaps more tattoos, which I am going to,
I think you should get a broccoli.
Like I need to get a broccoli or something, because you literally have my face.
I know, and I love it. I would never get rid of it. I think it's so fun.
It's very fun.
When we weren't friends, like people had said to me, they told me, they're like, you know, Zoe's got hers covered up, and I was like, oh well. I was like, I have so many tattoos on my body that are spelt wrong, that are from I have one that's spelt wrong on my hand. I got that when I was 17 because I didn't want to tell my parents, and then I got it done and went in and showed my mum after it was done, and all she was laugh at me, and then proceeded to tell me that you're a fucking idiot, it's spelled wrong. And so I sat at the dinner table and tried to pick it out with a toothpick, and in case anyone was wondering, that doesn't fucking work. And I have my ex's initial behind my ear.
Do you?
I've got, what else have I got? I did actually, the only cover up I've ever done was another ex-best friend of mine, and that I don't regret.
You got a cover up?
I had someone's initials in this love heart on my hand, and I covered that up when we had our first fallout, and now we've had our second falling out, and there's not going to be a third, so it's staying covered up.
Staying covered.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah, other than that, I think you need to get a broccoli tattoo.
Yeah, I think I do.
Moral of the story.
I think I do too. I just had to say that to get that off my chest.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so sad.
I know. We're not ex-best friends anymore.
No, of course not.
We're best friends.
Of course.
So something else I feel like we need to talk about, and I don't even know where to begin with it, because like I said, I'm not on social media, so I'm not seeing all this stuff. But I've been hearing about it amongst our friends, and people being like, have you seen this person tagged in this? Have you seen what people are tagging Jordan in lately? And firstly, I feel very bad for you that this has come up again.
Yeah.
Thought it was left behind, and I hate to be like bringing it up again, because It's so
Yeah.
old, but
I
literally
know.
people keep messaging you about it, and I'm like, just before we started filming, I was like, how does Mills feel about this? Like, this has got to be stopped. But the thing is, I don't even know if people know the full story, because some of the shit that I've seen screenshots of, I'm like, oh, that's not correct. Or, oh, is that new information?
Yeah, I mean, by the sounds of some of the comments, I don't even know the full story. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah.
And there was a certain person that I was completely out of my mind thinking they weren't involved whatsoever, but maybe they were. But basically,
How do we
oh my
start
God, I
this?
don't even know how to say this. Like, it's obviously, I'm talking about my ex and I breaking up. I can't believe I'm still talking about this. It's been over 3 years. I spoke about it in depth to an extent on the podcast 2 years ago.
You spoke about your feelings of it, but not necessarily the whole deep story, because I remember back then you saying to me off camera, I don't want to go into this.
Yeah,
There's
I
so
really
many
didn't
things
want
I don't
to.
want to say. I don't want to start shit. I'm not trying to like go deep into it, but I just want to address it and be done with it.
Yeah.
But it's not done with. Because
Apparently.
now there's like new information coming to you, which is just fucking terrible.
Yeah. I don't know, like, it was, oh my God. It's just one of those situations where, like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Like,
So
it's
let's
actually,
start with,
yeah, I don't
what
even
are
know how to.
how did this come up again? What did people start tagging you in or messaging you?
Okay, so if we're going to go back to how we were talking about it, the mystery woman,
Oh yeah.
the mystery woman posted something that got some attention, something controversial, something crazy, what's fucking new, and it got onto the Outspoken podcast page, and this random person, it's a private, like a fake account, I don't know who it is, I literally have no fucking idea, I have no idea who this person is, commented on it and basically said, mystery woman shouldn't be concerned about this. She should be more concerned about the marriage that she broke up, a lesbian marriage for that fact, and then tagged me and tagged my ex and tagged the girl in it.
Whoa.
And I hadn't seen it for ages. And then I started getting messages from people that I went to school with. I randomly got this message from this girl that I went to school with being like, have you seen this? And I saw it come off my phone and I was like, seen what? And then some of my girlfriends started sending it to me. Like, a lot of people were sending it to me and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Next minute, this comment has 150 likes and like 30 other comments on it, and people like, oh my God, this is tea, oh my God. And then one girl commented on it and said, oh my God, I didn't know she was bi. And so you know what? I decided to comment back and I said, neither. Harmless. Because I didn't. I had no idea. And that's literally not my problem. I don't give a fuck. We're all a little bit queer, we're all a little bit gay.
That's not the point of it.
That's not the point. It's the fact
point of
that
it is the potential infidelity that we're investigating.
yeah. And I found peace with that a long time ago. I only know what I know, which got confirmed by the mystery woman, mind you.
Which, just to clarify, this person came up to you
To my face,
To your
in
face.
front of my friends.
and admitted to you that something had gone down.
Yeah.
Right. So something did go down.
Yeah.
That's where
To
we're
the
at.
depth of what that was, I will never know, and I've just had to find peace with that. And I literally have found peace with that, to be honest. I have literally moved on with my life. I feel like the way my ex, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking go. The way my ex left me and ended a 7-year relationship was absolutely appalling. She treated me like shit. She took, especially in the last year of our relationship, took everything away from me that made me who I am, including my hair. Literally made me look so awful and tore me down with everything that I fucking had, and then left me. And then literally basically kicked me out of our house.
Not basically.
Yeah.
Like, you did get kicked out.
Literally-
You were given a, 10-day...
I was given a you've got to leave kind of thing, and she just dusted her hands on our relationship and moved on with her life. And you know what? I initially I raged and I was so heartbroken and I was so upset the night that we broke up. Obviously, because I'm not a psycho, and I was very much in love and I was very much invested in this relationship and very much manipulated for a very long time. And it came out of nowhere for me. And I did what I did the night that we broke up. I lost my shit. I headbutted a wall. I fucking cried. I went to my parents' house in the middle of the night. I said awful things to her. I carried on for a couple days. I was not my normal self. And like,
who would be after a
literally
7-year breakup?
Whatever. Like I'm owning that. It is what it is. I then tried to stay living in the same house because we didn't really have another option. I then tried to live in the same house for like a month while all of these things with the mystery woman were still happening, and they were still hanging out, and they were still going to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they were still going out every weekend. And I had no idea. I had no idea what was happening. My entire life just got ripped out from underneath me, and I literally just got told to get over it. And you know what? Now that I sit back and I look at it, I'm like, thank God that happened. Like, because I was never going to leave. I was never going to leave her. I loved her so much. And I don't even know if it was love. I was so manipulated by the end of it because I look back and I was so unhappy. I was not myself. I was literally miserable.
You were literally anxious all the time.
Every second of my life.
Being around you was like, you were so worried about what your ex was doing at all times, and you never wanted to do anything in case, you know,
I'd get in trouble.
Yeah, like she needed you for something, and you just felt like you had to check in and make sure that you were allowed to go and do something. You were always stressed and anxious. Like,
yeah, it was really, and honestly was awful. And like, I look back and I'm like, thank God that happened the way that it did. And like, a lot of the reasons that she used when we broke up were, I'm doing this for you, this is for you, I'm doing this because you'd be better off without me, and blah 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 blah, like all of that fucking bullshit that I didn't believe at the time. I was just so heartbroken. And you know what, now I look back 3 years later and I'm like, she was fucking onto something.
Yeah,
she was right.
I mean,
and
you
like,
two definitely needed to break up, like for both of you. Like
100%.
It needed to happen. You both needed to separate, but in the way that it happened was,
it just didn't need to be so fucking
really
cruel.
sad.
Like, and the amount of people that knew about what was happening, or the amount of people that even just had a slight inkling of, this is not morally correct.
You know what I think's really fucked up as well is you guys had a lot of joint friends.
Yeah.
And whether or not they were friends with you first or her first, and then they came in and you guys, but you were a big group. We had a massive group of lesbians. And what really like is so sad is that so many of these people who were friends with her at the time, knowing that something was going on, weren't telling you for whatever reason, you know, were taking her side, and that's fine. That's unfortunately what friends do. Whatever, you've taken her side. But what's so fucked up is that like they were making, you were literally going fucking crazy and then being gaslit by so many people that you thought were your friends. And then now so many of those fucking people are now not friends with her. And what's the first thing they do? Come to you and they go, hey Jordan, I want to tell you every single fucking secret I've been hiding from you. And it's like, that just keeps re-bringing it up as well, which is so fucked up.
It's actually been insane. Like over the last 3 years, how many people that for the 7 years that were very much her friends, that yes, we were mutually friends, but they were her friends, who now don't have anything to do with her anymore, have come to me. A lot of people that were very much in her life at the time that we got married, people that were like really, very, really close in her life when we broke up, and now have nothing to do with her. A lot of people that like I just wasn't expecting to hear from have come to me on their own accord. I haven't sought out any of this. I literally walked away from that relationship and did my best to dust my hands and literally just try and move on and start my life over, because I literally didn't have a choice. I got kicked to the fucking curb. I walked away from that relationship with my cowhide rug that I stole from IKEA, mind you, and a mirror. That's literally what I walked away from a 7-year relationship with, because I didn't want to take any part of that with me into my new life. And thank God that's what I did. And I'm so glad that that's what I chose to do. And I stuck to my guns, and I've never gone on their page. I've never gone on their girlfriend's page. I've never once communicated in any way. I've never done anything I've literally completely just cut it out of my life and healed to the best of my ability now and moved on with it.
Until someone keeps fucking popping up and
they keep
saying,
coming to me about it.
Just so you know, like a couple of years ago, this happened, and you're like, whoa, I didn't fucking know that happened.
Yeah, I found out another time that I got cheated on, which is so fun, which was actually maybe like 4 years into our relationship, and it's been confirmed by an entire group of people who knew about it and didn't tell me until like now 2 years ago. And I find out and I'm like, why did no one fucking say anything? Like, how did everyone just think it was so normal for me to just be like so happy-go-lucky, and you think that I just knew this whole time?
Well, you weren't happy-go-lucky. You were devastatingly destroyed. And those people were around you, not mentioning, oh, by the way, something else happened.
Literally, got cheated on at a house party. You know what? I'm going to fucking say it. Got cheated on at a house party while I was there. And it got confirmed by the girl she cheated on me with.
And so the current situation...
Anyway, sorry. Just to put that one out there too.
With this person online.
Mm-hmm.
So just to clarify... You've been told by this person that your ex cheated on you with them and was with them.
Well, she never used the word cheating. She just said to me, if she thinks that we were just friends, she's absolutely kidding herself, or something along those lines. Like that we're not just friends, and if she wants to try and fucking pretend that we are, then she's delusional.
Right, so she was kind of going against your ex and trying to give you a bit of breadcrumb.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. It was literally in the bedroom, in the clubs on Valentine's Day 3 years ago.
And have you spoken any other time to this person besides that?
No.
Right, they just came to you in the club and said...
Well, that was at the time that we were in each other's lives. Like, she would come to my house randomly. I would come home from work and she was at my house, and then they would scurry off and go to the gym. Or one time, like, there was a few times where I would be at home with my ex, and then she would go out and meet her, and then she'd be in the car, and they'd swing by the house and grab some clothes, and she'd just, like, sit in the car and wait. And I would go out and like have random small talk with her. It was really weird. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like this, but I just said nothing. I said nothing, which is so crazy because like, I can't shut the fuck up now. Like one time, which is almost like toxic, not toxic, but it's almost to a fault now how much I pick up on stuff. Like I feel like I'm reading into things that aren't even there. Yeah. Like, and I know it's so bad, and Paul Mills fucking cops it all the time. Not in the sense that she ever does anything wrong, but like I just get this overwhelming sense of insecurity because I've never had someone who just wants me and wants to be with me and is 100% committed to me. I've literally always had to watch my back for the next thing that's coming. And that's not just been with my ex-wife. Like that's been with a few people. Like a few, there's always, the grass has always been greener. There's always been somebody else. There's always been this. And it's made me feel so fucking shit about myself on so many different occasions where I've literally had to build this incredibly thick skin where I openly talk to people now, and that I'll talk about stuff and we're having these deep conversations, and they're like, holy fuck, like you can take anything. Like you literally can. I went to segue off that. I literally went to Newcastle a year and a half, 2 years ago, and sat down with now a really good friend. At the time, she had a very bad impression of me, and I basically invited myself over to her house while I was there, and I was like, let's fucking talk. And we sat down and we shared a bottle of wine, and there was tears. It was crazy. And I literally was just like, I can't believe the person that I have been, like the way that you thought that I was. And that goes for a lot of people. The way that I was portrayed and the way that I was spoken about and the kind of person that she made me out to be has been the biggest response that I've gotten from people. A lot of people have been like, holy fuck, I can't believe you're actually like this, because the person that she made you out to be, and other people, mind you, it's not just all about her. Like, I don't want to give her all the limelight. She did 95% of the wrongdoings, but there's been a couple other pieces of shit too. But the way that she just openly Like she hated me. She literally hated me. And I've found peace with that. Like,
Yeah,
I really have.
It's definitely like you've moved on, as much as we're like talking about it now.
It just took me like, but I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for these things to come up. I haven't spoken about. I literally choose. I choose not to speak about this because I don't want to. I'm not looking for clout. I'm not looking to fucking get a message.
If you were looking for attention, this person has 10, maybe even 30, 40 times the fucking followers we have. You would have brought this up so long ago and named this person, but it's not about that. It's about the things that you've had to go through to get where you are. And the reason why it's current now is because
that random person fucking tagged me in
right?
it, and everyone is apparently really invested in it.
But also what's made it worse is that this person, this mystery woman who is involved in this with your ex, this is a screenshot I saw from someone else that she's commented back to someone and said, kind of like in a defense, no, that's not true, because your ex at the time was with their now current girlfriend. Which, that doesn't just make you go, oh, okay, no worries, all good. That makes you go, that raises many more questions.
That makes me go,
because then that means you are still being cheated on.
Yeah, I'm like, does that mean that there was more going on than what I thought at the time?
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense that this mystery woman would come up to you in a club and say, if your ex thinks that we're just friends and they're crazy. It's like, well, who was your ex with at the time? Was it? It wasn't you.
It wasn't
you. It was one of them.
I might have been the one sharing a bed with her, but I was not the one she was with. That's for sure. And like, to be honest, it was. If I shine any sort of light on it, it was literally the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, hell yeah, it was.
I am so incredibly grateful that she did me the way that she did. I mean, it would have been nice to not have the layers upon layers, because it just kept going. We'd broken up a rough time frame. We'd broken up just before Christmas, and this I found out on Valentine's Day from the mystery woman about X, Y, and Z. And then we probably didn't cut contact for maybe another couple of weeks to a month. So there was like 3 to 4 months of turmoil and constant heartache going on because she dropped me like a sack of shit and acted like I didn't exist anymore. And I couldn't handle that. Like, I literally couldn't handle it.
Once you did handle it and get through it and it was all over and it was whatever and your life's moved on and their life's moved on, good for them. Everyone's all good. You guys were young at the time. You're
so
different.
young,
You're
dude.
different now. Like, good for them. They've moved on. But what makes it even harder is, just to bring it back to like the friends thing, is that the people who even I knew back then, some people who we literally lived with, who, you know, defended your ex to the death, which, no disrespect to them, because that was their friend and that's what you do for your friends. But now all those people coming to you and being like, hey, actually you were right, so here's what's happened, and they're just laying all this stuff out. It's like, hold on, why are you guys not friends anymore, first of all? Second of all, like, it's just like a constant, like, you know, you think you're catching up with someone you haven't seen in a while, and then they're like, oh, by the way, Jordan, you know that crazy fucking terrible thing you went through? Just want to add some more to it.
Yeah, I know, like, this and this and this and
I know this and this, and on this night this happened, and you thought this was happening. It's like, God.
Yeah, it's been a fucking roller coaster to get over. And I honestly, like, you know what did I expect? It was a roller coaster of a relationship. We were here, there, and fucking everywhere. Like, it was just, it is what it is. I respect the relationship there was a lot of good times that we had together. And that's also why I've never wanted to say anything, because I respect the person at the time that I did love and all of the good that did come with us. But I also, like, I really never wanted to say anything, even talking about it tonight. I never wanted to say anything because I don't want to be that bitch. But I'm also just like, you know what? Like, I'm in a place now where I've healed from the trauma to the best degree that I can. I've moved on with my life. I've dusted my hands. I've created my own life. And now I'm like, actually, if other people are going to start bringing shit up with me, I'm like, let's fucking talk about it. Like, let me tell you that I literally have so many things that I could fucking say that happen, and all the things that don't even involve other people, that literally are just between the two of us and our genuine life like situation that I'm still dealing with 3 years later, that it doesn't make her look as shiny and fucking amazing as what she puts herself out there to be. But I just don't want to, and I just don't care. Like, I don't care enough about it anymore to put myself in a situation where I need to fully explain myself, because if I'm going to say a little bit, I'm going to say all of it, so I'm just going to leave it out. But like, dude, there's a lot more that I could say, but I just don't want to. I just don't want to be that person.
And honestly, there's no point in doing it, really.
No,
because
it's not going to make me any friends.
No.
And I just don't, but it's not even about making friends. I literally don't want to say it because I don't need everyone knowing the ins and outs of my life, you know?
Plus, at the end of the day, everything that went on between you guys in terms of your relationship, it's I know social media is like a big thing and everything goes on social media now, but that sort of stuff is between you guys.
Yeah.
And it's for you to heal. It's for them to heal. Hopefully they've, learnt from mistakes. Hopefully even, no one's perfect. Hopefully the things you may have potentially done not, wrong in the relationship, you guys have both healed from and grown from separately. Not 100%. To say you're fucking perfect and they're the fucking devil. It's not about that. It's just about those little things don't matter, but this big thing that's currently happening is so fucking frustrating to have like friends that we both, have known for fucking years to come to you and just be like, oh, by the way, like, we're all good now, but just so you know, like, I was actually hiding from you that XYZ happened. Like, imagine what that does to you as a human in terms of how you trust people. When you meet a new person or you see someone you haven't seen in a few years and you're around them and you're worried, oh, are they going to fucking tell me that they've made out with my ex? Like, it's just like, fucking hell.
Yeah, like there's a lot of layers to it, and it is really, like, still to this day very traumatic. And I have sought out therapy. I was in therapy regularly for a little while, and I feel like I got to a point where I didn't really want it on a regular basis anymore. I kind of just needed a bit of guidance, to be honest, because like I just had no idea who I was when we broke up. Like, I was a shell of a human being. I had no self-worth. I had no self-identity. I had absolutely no idea about anything to do with me. My entire personality revolved around making sure that our life and that she was happy. And I'll say that with my fucking chest. And you know what? That's a really toxic thing that I did. Like, I allowed myself to become that person that was so caught up or invested, or I don't know what the word is, but so incredibly...
Well, it was clear that, let's just be real, it was clear that at the time, the person that your ex wanted was an influencer. Wanted someone who wanted the social media life.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's literally a career now. I'm not putting that down. That's a job. But it was so fucking the main focus of your relationship that it was like every event you're trying to hang out with friends. No, like, we need to take photos. You need to look good. If you're not portraying yourself in a certain way, then how's that going to look on me? Like, it was just so like PR.
If I was having too much fun, I was getting told to calm down because it was getting embarrassing. And I was like, embarrassing?
Yes.
I'm hanging out with my friends.
You weren't allowed to drink too much, especially on camera. Like, when I was filming stuff, like, it was like, no, like, make sure you're not like portraying yourself that way, which I guess that's the reason why social media is so toxic in a sense, because it's not real and it does make, unfortunately, people be like that. But that's honestly what it looked like from the outside in. And I said this to you when you met Mills. I was like, not a fucking, like, she's a real human. She's not just a person chasing attention from other people.
Yeah.
Which we've all, like, I mean, when social media became a thing, everybody was like, oh my God, gotta be famous, gotta be an influencer.
I can't say that I didn't have, like, I was posting YouTube videos all the time. I was doing all that kind of stuff, but like, I'm not, like, I never sorted out as a career. Like, I never sorted out as like my personality of who I was. I need a following, I need this. And like, I don't want to sit here and vouch for her or anyone. Like, I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that do have followings that haven't gone out of their way to be like, I need a following, I need this. It's just, pardon me, I just burped in the mic. it's probably happened organically, which is amazing for some people. And like, I'm so happy for her. Like, she seems like, from what I see, she seems like she is living the life that she's always wanted.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I'm so happy for her. And I wish her nothing but the best. And her supermodel girlfriend, go for your fucking life. I'm so happy for you guys. But the point of the story is that other people keep bringing this up to me, and I'm fucking sick and tired of keeping my mouth shut about something that happened to me. I got done badly. She did me wrong. I literally just copped it. I just got slapped in the face, then slapped again, and then slapped again, and then slapped again, and got told to literally get over it. And then,
now it's, what, 3 years later, and there's still new information coming to you.
I know, and I'm like, dude, am I ever going to be able to move? Like, not that I haven't moved on, but like, am I ever going to be able to just... like,
not be said in the same fucking sentence together.
Literally.
Yeah.
The fucking search bar on that podcast page right now is me and my ex. And I was trying to show a girl that I work with today, because I was telling her that we were filming our podcast and what it was all about. And I went on, I clicked on the thing, and it just comes up with all our old videos. And I'm like, fucking hell, I hadn't even gone through my TikTok and deleted anything, because TikTok's so fucking far down. I've made that many TikToks over the last 5 years that I hadn't scrolled all the way down and deleted everything. And I'm like, oh my God, now I have to do that. Oh, it's just never ending. Oh, just like, give me a fucking break. I'm just trying to live my life. I feel like I'm a really good person. I have a really good heart. I really don't give a fuck about that many things, but I do care about my people and the people that I love, and that's all that fucking matters, because the people that I don't love and the people that aren't in my life just don't matter.
And the reason that I feel like we decided to talk about this on the podcast, obviously, is because so many people keep fucking messaging about it. It's just like all consuming at the moment.
Yeah, it's been
But
non-stop.
also, it's just to get it out there, because you guys obviously have been listening to this podcast for a while now, and people ask questions and people say things, and sometimes we talk about things and they're like, you get a message being like, we don't want to hear about that, we want to hear about this. So it's like, look, if that's what people are asking and they want to know, why not tell them? No one's getting fucking hurt from it.
Yeah, literally. And like, I don't mean this to like cause any arguments, or I don't mean to like, nothing bad, no maliciousness. I'm not trying to like throw anybody under the bus. I'm literally just talking about it. Like, this was my experience, and I'm literally talking about 1/10 of what happened. Like, I'm not even going into detail. I'm not talking about the actual real life events that occurred throughout that 4 months that we had broken up to not having any contact. Like, we have had 0 contact for like 2.5 years now. And thank God, because it's not me that's messaging. Like, not that she messaged me at all, but like, I have no interest in, she's blocked, they're all blocked, and there never won't be.
People
like,
keep
it just,
messaging you
it's the people that keep bringing me into it. I'm like, fuck, all right, let's talk about it.
Just put it all out there. That's really all you had to do.
And like, it's just, I just didn't expect it to be something that people were that interested in, to be honest. I really just didn't think that my marriage was something that anyone gave a fuck about, because the person I was married to didn't, so why would anybody else?
Well, also, and I did say this off camera, like, it is also about, like, the reason why it's come up again is because it is about someone who is, you know, in the...
Popular.
Is an influencer.
Popular.
So... yeah, I guess it's just going to keep happening, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's fine. She can fucking deny it all she wants, but I was there, and there was 5 other people that were there about what she said. And you know what? Even if nothing physical happened, even if I've had to find peace with the fact that I'll never know. I will never really truly know the real reason, the real thing of what happened. I will never know. And I found peace with that. I found peace with that a long time ago. But it's a fact that something happened, and it was bad enough that this has now occurred.
And it was behind your back, and multiple of what you thought were your friends were keeping it from you, and are now coming to you 3 years later and being like, oh, by the way, here's what's happened. So it's a bit shit.
It is a bit shit. But anyway, what are your 2025 goals?
After after literally 40 minutes on that topic. But it had to be done.
Yeah.
2025 goals. Fuck, I can't even think right now. I just want more money in my career. I had a job interview today. I'm trying to climb the corporate ladder, if you will.
Ooh.
No, I just literally want more money. So I'm trying to make more money this year. We want to buy a house this year. We want to have a second baby at some point. Well, obviously it wouldn't happen this year, but we're looking into like what that would look like to have a second baby. I want like fucking 10 kids. I literally love having kids. I want them all.
Realm is the cutest little darling you've ever seen in your life.
He is fucking adorable.
He's like a full person now. He like walks around and he chats
cute.
And oh my god, he's so cute.
Literally the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh my god, we're gonna bring him on the podcast when he's a little bit older.
My goodness, yeah.
He can talk.
I said to Bianca before, I'm like, do you want to come down and you and Realm come on the podcast? And she's like, no, me and Realm don't want to come down and be on the podcast. We're going to bed.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
What are your 2025 goals?
Honestly, I am studying now. So honestly just want to finish this study. I'm in a 3-year course, but it's all self-paced. So I'm giving myself 2 years actually. Honestly, I just turned 29 and I feel like I got hit by the 30 truck. I got hit by the truck that's like, hey, your 30s are on their way, and now we're like in March. Yeah. Like March is like right here and I'm like, oh my god, I literally just turned 29, but now it's already March and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm gonna be 29 in a minute. I honestly have just been, I'm just keeping on doing what I've been doing for the last few years. Like I just I spent the last few years really working on like my self and like my soul and like my emotional capabilities and my friendships and my family. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, now I can focus on my career. So I enrolled in a course that I'm really interested in and I'm really excited to like see where that takes me as in a career path. I just want to save some money, more money. I want to make money. I want to travel. I want to enjoy having a beautiful relationship. I want to enjoy my nephew being 3 years old. I literally am just, and I'm just living like a slow,
wholesome life.
Like it's actually really nice. Like I spent the first year and a half of my self journey being by myself, traveling, getting on any plane that I fucking could, like going everywhere that I could, meeting all these new people, doing all this stuff and like all this crazy shit. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, I just love waking up on a Saturday and have nothing to do. Like I love not having any plans on the weekend. I love going for walks. I love trying new restaurants. I love doing nothing.
The wholesome local life is really fucking nice. Like I know I've said before that I was getting over the Gold Coast and then I said I'm back falling in love with the Gold Coast. I'm like even more in it now. Like I love living where we live. I love getting up on a Sunday and having no plans and just going to a new beach or a new cafe and literally just like sitting as a human and just being. I'm not in a rush to do anything. I don't feel that pressure and anxiety anymore to be successful in whatever that means. I'm just like, I'm having fun. Hence why we barely upload podcasts, because we're not like stressed about it, like we have to do this and make this a thing. We're literally just having fun. Just like really enjoying life. Like I think I feel like we're both very much in the place of our lives where just we just spend quality time with our friends. We're having really like intimate, deep conversations with the people that we love the most and putting in quality time and really just like enjoying being with the people that we love and the people that love us and doing things for ourselves and filling our cups, if you want to say, I guess. And just having great human experiences. Quality nice life experiences. It doesn't have to be going to an event to be cool or for a reason or for like any benefit of any kind. It's just like, hey, do you want to like go to the beach or to the markets or get coffee? It's just like so wholesome.
Hey, I'm driving by. Can I pop by for a coffee? Let's just have a quick hour hangout. Yes.
Jordan literally did that to me the other day. It was wonderful. I was in my pajamas. I just woke up and she's like, I'm coming over. We'll have a coffee. We'll go to the markets. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Her wife was sitting there in her jammies eating avocado toast, and I was like, let me in.
Like anytime. Like that is so wholesome. I love life like this.
Yeah, it is a really nice period of my life. And then I have this gorgeous little like 23-year-old girlfriend that's like, and she's so much fun. And
is she like more into partying than you?
No, not like more than me. Like we both love to have a little.
Yeah.
We both love a drink. But like she's also very much the same, but she's like a yes man. Like we literally we can do anything together, but she's just like let's do this. Like, she has great ideas. She's always like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, yeah, babe. Like, and she knows I'm a yes man too, so I'm always like, whatever you want. Man. Like let's get on a plane and go to Japan, or like let's sit and read a book, or let's go to the pool, or let's go for a surf, or like I don't surf, she does. But I had to correct myself there.
You're like, I'll watch.
Yeah, but like anything. Like I'm just down to do whatever, and like she's just so chill and nice, and I just enjoy spending my weekends with her, and we both work really hard. Like she is popping off in her career at the moment. So like Monday to Friday, we're just like locked in. Like we're locked into our jobs, we're locked into our career, and then on the weekends we just get to have fun and like hang out with each other and our friends and our families, and it's really nice. Like she has beautiful people around her. She has a beautiful family, and I just get to enjoy that. And yeah, I just like love this part of my life that I'm in. It's really nice.
It's honestly so wholesome to watch because I just love a wholesome life. I just love chilling.
Yeah.
I love not stressing about things you have to be doing, or like having any kind of stress about like who you're going to see, or like, are you going to go to this event or anything like that. Like, I just feel like it's so nice to just be like, you know what? I'm literally just going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
If I don't want to go to something, I'm not going to go. If I do want to go, I'm just going to go. And at least we're both like in relationships where you can just, it's so nice to just be able to be like, oh babe, like I want to go and do this. And if Bianca's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Even simply as like driving to Brisbane, right? Like we live pretty far from there. I hate driving there. But recently I was like going to Brisbane for a friend's event, and Bianca's like, love you, have fun, don't want to do that. And I was like, awesome. Literally have the best time at home. She's like, no, I will. I can't wait to just like chill and stay home, be wholesome. And I'm like, awesome. I love that because I'm my own human and she's her own human. And if she wants to do something different and I want it, like, it's just like, we support each other.
Yeah, it's so healthy. And like, honestly, it's something new. I've never dated someone that we're not trying to be one person. We have to do everything together. We always have to be together. We have to spend every single night together. We have to spend as much possible time together. Blah, 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 blah. I've never actually been with someone like that before. And honestly, it was something that I've had to take a little bit of getting used to, because I initially obviously thought, oh, she hates me. She doesn't want to spend any time with me. It's me. She hates me. But in hindsight, when I'm by myself, when I was single, I had such a good routine. I loved being alone. I enjoyed my alone time so much. I made sure that I had alone time from my friends, from my family. I had my routine. I did the things that I like doing for myself. So getting into a relationship with someone who also has that, she also has her independence. She has all these hobbies, these beautiful friends and family and job and all these things that she likes doing for herself. Why should we have to make every single part of our lives align so that we can do everything together? Like, it's impossible. We're both such independent people. She's very independent and so am I. Like, it's actually crazy to think about how independent I am now in this part of my life, especially when it comes to being alone. Like, I hated being alone. I literally used to not even be able to go to Woolies by myself. Like, I would have an anxiety attack if my ex wouldn't come with me to Woolworths, because I couldn't handle it. I couldn't be by myself. And now I'm like in this amazing relationship where it's our independence and our what we need to do by ourselves is a priority. And sometimes it sucks. Like, sometimes we are both so individually busy that we don't get to see each other for like 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, this is so shit. I miss you so much. But like, when we do get to have that time together, it's the best thing ever. Like, and
Yeah.
it makes it so much more worth it, and it makes the quality of the time that we have and the quality of our relationship so much better, because we're not just forcing ourselves to be with each other all the time. Because like, I could spend every single day with her, of course we could literally spend every single fucking second together, but like, that's just not realistic in our lives.
No. And you're your own humans. Like, it's
Yeah.
good to have that independence.
Yeah, it'll be nice like when we live together though, so like eventually when we do get to live together, we can do all those things and then still like come home to each other at
Yeah.
night. Like, that'll be really nice. But like right now I live with my best friend. She just broke up with her stupid ex-husband, and so she's living her best divorced life. And so
I was so shocked for a second because I thought she was dating someone else after.
oh no, he's gone too.
Okay. I was like, what? She got married again? Like, what? I was so shocked.
We moved in together when we were both single. She was freshly divorced. I was like 2 years into mine. We were both single for a while. And like, this is a part of my life that I'm never going to get back. Like, this is so much fun. So like, I don't want to give this up. I love living with my best friend. It's so much fun. Like, as if I wouldn't want to do that. And like, I know when me and Mills do live together, like, that's going to be it. Like, I'm not going to want to not live with her again. Like, we're not going to not live together if we're still together. Like, that's going to be it.
It's going to get to a point where you're just like, all right, we're in the relationship.
So we're just like we're just like enjoying this time where like we're just our own people, and it's really nice. I've never been in a situation like this before.
Yeah, I've never seen you this calm, this confident, this like, you're so yourself. Like, it's definitely true that you were like anxious when you were without your ex, because you could tell that you were always like literally physically, like you would have a visceral reaction. Like you would be like shaky,
vomiting.
And like, you could tell you're uncomfortable, and it just was like you were always on your phone because you were like making sure they were all good. Like, it was just you were really wrapped up.
Yeah, totally.
In a different world back then.
Just such a different person.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy when I look back of the person I was to the person that I am now. And like, I think I said that the last time we talked on the podcast, and that was only 1 year. It's been 3 years now. It's been over 3 years. And I'm just like, I'm astounded at myself. I literally, sometimes I'm like, holy fuck, I never thought that. I didn't even have as much faith in myself as the little 25-year-old that I was to be where I'm at now. Like, I did not have that much faith in myself. I did not think I was going to get here. I didn't think this period of my life was possible. Like, I literally thought, not to sound morbid, but I literally thought I was going to I didn't think I was going to make it to 29. You know what I mean? Like, and that's awful to say, but like, that's the dark depth of a place that I got to, because I was just nothing. Like, I just felt like everything got taken away from me.
Yeah.
And I was
suffering from what you'd been through.
Yeah, and I was just at rock bottom. And sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to be able to. Honestly, I thought I hit rock bottom, and then it kept happening, and then it kept happening, and then I was like, oh, so this is rock bottom. And then they're like, no, not yet.
No, actually. You're going to go further down.
And you know what? Honestly, like, I'm glad that I ended up hitting the fucking gravel face first. Like, I really am. Because otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Ain't that the truth?
Period.
You wouldn't be sitting here podcasting, talking about how much growth you've had.
I know.
And I'm really happy for you. And I'm so glad that we filmed an episode and just got all this out there.
Thanks, darling. Me too.
It's been a good time.
It has.
Until the next month or so that we
until
wait
then
to do this again.
Oh, well, I guess thanks for
thanks for listening.
And like,
that was probably really hard for you.
This is all love. I'm sorry if it didn't make a lot of sense, or like if this was really out of the blue or like random, or if you don't think that this was the right thing for me to do, then what the fuck ever. It is what it is.
Let her know, because you will anyway. So.
Everyone will let me know anyway. But like, it just is what it is now. I'm never speaking about this again. We're never addressing it. This is the second and only time I will ever talk about it. And that's it.
What if that
Unless we
person.
get her in the back of the podcast.
I was just about to say,
Let's
what
get
if-
her in the back of the Tesla.
What if this person reached out to you, even just privately, and was like, fine, I'll tell you everything?
I don't want to know. I've done enough healing, thanks. I don't really
Fair.
want to go backwards.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it there.
Mm.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode. Sorry about the visual, because it's nighttime, and the
nighttime.
camera's so cut, and I feel like I'm like, the whole time, just because we're not fucking producers, you know?
No.
We're just podcasters.
We're just girls.
We're just girls.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make this a fun time. So thank you so much for listening. We love you guys, as always.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Oh my
This-
fucking god, that wasn't on this whole time.
This was recording, but these weren't.
Zoe!
What did I just say? We're just girls.
We're just girls.